welcome back to 48 Now. I'm digital host AJ Wiest here with a very special athlete here in the Huntsville area. His name is Mr. Grayson Townsend. Grayson, thank you so much for coming in today.
Anytime.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I hear you're gearing up for a big youth national rock climbing competition. Describe what that process was like qualifying for that national competition.
It took multiple years of hard work, and along the way I made a lot of friends. In the beginning, you always have to stay focused in qualifiers. It's because one mistake could already make it so that you don't qualify for the next round. It's very difficult, especially one after qualification, because there's this thing called isolation, so you're just in a room with a ton of other climbers, no electronics, you're just there sitting, climbing, so it's really fun.
And yeah, Grayson, you're 13 years old, and you said you've been doing this for multiple years. When did you first start rock climbing?
I started climb. I didn't really have a time that I started climbing. My parents would go outside, climb, take me with them.
Yeah.
And then I started climbing outside when I was 4, but I started competing when I was 10. So this is my 3rd year competing. We took a break after the 1st year, and yeah, I made it to divisionals twice after that 1st year break. So yeah.
Very cool. What's your favorite part of climbing?
Probably the community, just meeting a ton of new people. I have a lot of friends in this gym and just all over now.
And this gym is the one here in Huntsville, High Point Climbing.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends. They have a climbing team, so I have a lot of friends on there.
Yeah.
And I just have a lot of older friends too, just that I've met climbing, so yeah.
Very cool. And for this upcoming competition, I see that you qualified for 2 different disciplines, both boulder and rope. Can you talk about those 2 events and how they differ from each other?
Yeah, so the main difference from bouldering and rope climbing is the fact that you only get 1 attempt for rope. Well, you get 3 when qualifying, but you get 1 in regionals, divisionals, and then the second day divisionals. And for rope, you have more time. I think you have like 1 or 2 more minutes. But for me, minutes I don't really care about them. But for bouldering, you can just give as many attempts as you need for that period of time. I think it's like 4 or 5 minutes. So, I mean, I've given like 20 attempts on a problem before, so it's... And then also for isolation, bouldering, you can practice on boulders because you can't really warm up on ropes in isolation because they're using all that space for the competition. But in bouldering, they will give you, like, usually there's a small, like a kids area. They'll give you that, or they'll give you like a separate little place where you can climb. And then also for divisionals in rope, the first day, you could watch others climb. There's still a time that you need to climb, but you're able to watch others. Okay. So we made sure to pick who we wanted to watch, who we knew would help me. But in bouldering, it's just isolation.
Very cool. Do you get nervous at all when you go? Because I know I went rock climbing once, and I got to the top, and I was shaking. I was like, if I fall right now, the person holding me up is not going to catch me. Do you ever get nervous?
Yeah, I got really nervous for divisionals in rope, mostly just because last year didn't go so well. And I know I'm probably better in rope, so, and everyone knew, like, I got in first in every competition before that, so it just felt like a ton of pressure on me. And then while this happened last year, while I was climbing, my legs will start shaking, and kind of messed me up. And it did mess me up on one, but it didn't make me fall, so.
Nothing stops Grayson. That's awesome. Do you have any routines or superstitions, like before you're about to compete in a big event like this? Do you do anything to kind of prepare for it beforehand?
Kind of. So I'll make sure to talk to every one of my friends just to ask if they're ready, how they're feeling, just to kind of get me loosened up to make me feel like I'm not the only one who's feeling nervous. I mean, my dad's always in isolation with me because he's also a coach. So me and him will usually just climb. I'll sometimes stretch, but I don't usually stretch.
Very cool. So what's running through your mind right now as you're gearing up to head out to Salt Lake, I believe, next week?
I don't feel like there's so much pressure on me because only people from this division really know who I am. So if I don't do my best, it won't be such a big deal as if I didn't do my best in divisionals. So it feels good not being put on a ton of pressure, but I am hoping to kind of make a name for myself in the new community that has enlarged, so I'm excited.
Yeah. How does it feel for you being the first climbing team athlete from the Huntsville-Madison area to qualify for an event like this?
It feels amazing. I really hope that whoever's seeing this is going to learn from this and might also try something new. It might not be rock climbing, but it might be another sport, so it makes me really excited.
Exactly. Do you have any advice for younger climbers, like people like me who's gone once and failed miserably?
Yeah, so basically just in the beginning, it'll feel really hard. Start off really easy, work your way up. I mean, if I could tell my past self this advice, I think it would really help because I kind of would lean towards other stuff, just having fun and not really pushing myself, but now I'm trying to push myself every time I go.
That's a great way to get better. Absolutely. Yeah. So what does it take to be an excellent climber?
It just really takes commitment like anything else. You have to be committed to train. You have to be committed to train your weaknesses, especially. Like, if you're not good at power pull-ups, you got to train that. So you just have to really stick to it for multiple years. Even if you're not seeing the results that you want, they'll come eventually. And if they don't, you can always have it as like a side hustle that you'll give every couple of days or something.
Very awesome. And I see you're wearing a soccer jersey. Is that a soccer jersey?
No, it's the High Point jersey for climbing.
Well, very cool. Show it off for the camera. Let's see. At the High Point. Very nice. And I hear you also play soccer as well.
Yeah.
Can you talk about some of the other sports you're involved in as well?
Sure. Soccer is very different. It basically uses the opposite part of your body. Instead of the top half, you use your bottom half. But I feel like soccer kind of complements climbing because I feel like a lot of people who don't really know what climbing is just think it's about power, it's about finger strength, bicep strength, ab strength. But you also need to know how to use that power in your legs to jump from hold to hold, not let your legs give up on you, because you have to have strong legs and you have to know what you want to do with them, because it's not just like you're pulling with your arms. You also have to put your feet down, push up. So, I mean, my team in soccer won, I think, Alabama Cup, State Cup. So we went to Tampa for that, I think, last weekend.
Wow. Sounds like you're a champion in many different fields. That's awesome.
Yeah. I don't really do any other sports, but like almost anyone, I'll swim. I mean, I'll ride my bike. I used to skateboard. I used to ski a little, so yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Well, Grayson, that's all the questions I have for you, but if you want to maybe add something else that I didn't ask, feel free, but thank you so much for coming in today.
I'll add one more thing.
Yeah.
Try to find someone who will push you. For me, I have a lot of my older friends will push me. I have a coach that I really enjoy, and I feel like they just push me every time I go. So if you're in any sport, just try to find someone who's around your skill level. You guys just need to keep pushing each other, and then you might see something change in you or that other person. So, yeah.
That is some awesome advice right